You know, I was one of the first guys to come on record from the beginning. I told him he can come, and I can teach him some pointers.
So what needs to be done, or what needed to be done to make the fight happen, has been done by the Saudis. And
the war is back on. Mayweather ignites Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn rematch feud. The fuse is lit, and it's Floyd Mayweather who struck the match. Boxing's biggest icon isn't watching from the sidelines. He's stepping directly into the firestorm of the Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn rivalry, and he's backing Benn with full force. But this isn't just verbal support. Mayweather is actively sharpening Conor Benn into what he calls a cold, calculated war machine.
Care about that, dude? But what kind of question is that? Dude, Conor Benn has not knocked nobody else's.
According to Floyd, this rematch won't be a contest, it'll be a public execution. Gone is the reckless brawler of old. Under Mayweather's influence, Benn has transformed into a precise, dangerous technician. Floyd didn't hold back. He warned Eubank Jr. to brace for humiliation. This isn't about boxing. Conor's coming to destroy and bury him. But not everyone's...
I don't know whether Eubank will take the rematch. I mean...
Does he? So how does it work? Like,
contracted to.
He's contracted. Yeah. What if he doesn't want it?
He may retire. You know.
So his next fight has to be against Conor,
or signed to. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that was the whole essence.
Unless everyone agrees together.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But
you guys want it.
Buying the Benn redemption arc. Enter Rolando "Rolly" Romero, who showed zero respect for Benn's comeback. He mocked Conor as a forgotten name, scoffing at his recent performances. He hasn't knocked anyone out since the scandal. Rolly said, calling Benn's resurgence smoke and mirrors. To him, Benn's reputation is already tainted, and his time at the top is long gone. Then came Eddie Hearn, master promoter and professional.
Conor Benn has got that activity which has plagued him for a long time. We believe he'll be stronger, sharper, and better in the rematch, and looking to overturn the result. So, in our mind, nothing else but a Chris Eubank Jr. rematch and Conor Benn.
Hearn didn't mince words. He accused Chris Eubank Jr. of stalling, suggesting fear rather than strategy. The rematch is contractually locked in. Hearn emphasized, so why the silence? He painted Benn as a reborn fighter, obsessively focused and training like everything depends on this one shot. And for Benn, it does. This isn't just about revenge. It's about redemption. Rewriting the past, because last time Chris Eubank Jr. didn't just beat Conor.
I do think I nicked the fight. If I wouldn't have minded it going either way. You know, but the score.
Benn, he dissected him. The fight wasn't close or controversial, it was a cold, clinical breakdown. Eubank Jr. walked out untouched. If Conor thinks this is a redemption story, he might be walking into humiliation again. Eubank's manager Elliot Amuko echoed that confidence with a blistering statement. He confirmed the rematch is nearly finalized and called Benn's team delusional. He mocked Conor's survival in the first bout and promised the sequel would be a slaughter. Eubank, he said, has leveled up. No mercy, no mistakes. Once Benn is flattened, we move on to bigger names, like Canelo. Veteran trainer and...
Eubank Jr. Canelo, here we go.
That's what we want. We get through Conor Benn, and then we want Canelo.
Analyst Adam Booth backed the Eubank camp, picking apart every excuse fans made for Benn after their first fight. It wasn't about size or weight, Booth said. It was about levels. Benn mentally folded. Booth emphasized that Eubank didn't need power to dominate. He used precision and ring IQ to break Benn down. Boxing pundit Spencer Oliver was just as blunt. Conor didn't belong in that ring. He said, that was a calculated beatdown. But Team Benn won't back down. Trainer Tony Sims is still fuming, calling the...
Because his legs weren't working. Yeah. He was throwing a lot of shots, but nothing had any real power or snap because he didn't have it in him. And so he couldn't force his size advantage on Benn.
First fight a robbery. Conor dictated the pace and landed the sharper shots. Sims argued, we were robbed plain and simple. The judges got it wrong, and now we want justice. Sims believes Benn has evolved and will flip the script in the rematch. Still, many experts say the cold truth remains. Eubank Jr. holds the mental and tactical edge. He stayed composed, he didn't fold. If that dynamic remains, the result may not change. Trainer Joe Gallagher didn't sugarcoat it. Benn is still too raw, too emotional.
Whether we do the rematch or drop down to natural weight 147 and fight for the world title.
He said, this isn't a movie. Redemption doesn't happen just because fans want it. Skill wins, experience wins, and Eubank has both. Gallagher believes the media is hyping up a false hope. Height doesn't block punches, he warned. However, not all analysts agree. Boxing figure Sam Jones believes an upset is brewing. The only reason Eubank won last time was size, not skill, he argued. Jones also slammed the judging, claiming the fight was far closer than the scorecards showed. Conor was sharper.
Still a baby in the sport, he's still got learning to do, and I think fighting Eubank Jr, who would most be entering the ring, bigger than it would last time, I just can't.
And hungrier. This time it won't be close. Elite trainer Jonathan Banks offered a technical breakdown of the original matchup. It wasn't fireworks, it was total control. Banks said, Eubank turned every mistake into punishment. That wasn't just a win, it was surgical destruction. He showed the division he's not just flash, he's a predator. But veteran former world champion Liam Smith sees it differently. In his eyes, Eubank Jr is in decline. His footwork's sloppy, his reflexes are fading. He's clinging to the past, Smith said. He believes Benn is on the rise, hungrier, more focused, and more disciplined. This isn't just a fight, it's a passing of the torch. Perhaps the most explosive take came from boxing legend and Benn's father, Nigel Benn. Furious over
enormous, but I just think if they were the same size, it's a mismatch in my opinion. But like, look, they gave the two men, gave the fight fans one of the best fights ever, and I've got a lot of respect for Eubank and the Eubank name, but listen, I stand on it. I think Conor will beat.
Over the first result, Nigel labeled it a rigged disgrace. He called Eubank Jr a soulless media creation who took advantage of Conor's personal turmoil. Nigel promised vengeance. That wasn't a fight, that was an ambush. We want blood now. Nigel insists Conor is now locked in. No distractions, no hesitation. This time it's personal. This is about restoring pride, erasing shame, and breaking Eubank for good. Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn continues to pour gasoline on the fire. He called the rematch an explosive war with no excuses, saying the sport demands resolution through blood, sweat, and broken bones. So who wins this war? Is it Chris Eubank Jr., the icy tactician who already dismantled Conor Benn once and believes he'll do it again even more brutally? Or is it Conor Benn?
Well, I already knew what he could do, so I wasn't impressed, wasn't about it. But I knew what he could do, and I'm happy he done it. He was listening, and he did exactly what I thought he'd do, and I'm happy.
Reborn fighter shaped by Mayweather's ruthless training, driven by family pride and personal redemption, ready to turn humiliation into vengeance. The countdown has begun. The animosity is personal. The stakes are historic. This isn't just a rematch. It's war.
Jones. I think if Chris has a fight with Conor, it ends up a good fight, but I think Conor's got even more of a chance next time round, because like I said, I think Chris was 1 or 2 fights away from being done. I thought his balance was gone a little bit watching the fight, but like I say, he won, he ended up winning the fight, and so I kind of sound like I'm contradicting myself, if that makes sense.
You know, Conor will come back, he'll be a better fighter. You know, we've got a lot to go back. Well, not a lot to go back, just to be able to take his time.
His eyes, Benn was sharper, hungrier, and more effective than he got credit for. He believes the rematch will shock the world. This won't be close. Elite trainer Jonathan Banks sided with Team Eubank, dissecting the first bout as a tactical masterpiece. Banks said fans were expecting fireworks, but Eubank gave them something even more devastating: total control. His ring IQ, timing, and composure were masterclass, Banks said. Every time Benn lunged, Eubank made him pay. For Banks, that wasn't just a win, it was a warning to the entire division. That was surgical destruction, and it showed everyone that Eubank Jr. isn't just a showman, he's a predator. But former world champion Liam Smith sees things differently. In his eyes, Eubank Jr. is fading, his footwork sloppy, his reflexes are gone, and he's clinging to past glory, Smith said. He believes Eubank Jr. is sliding into decline, while Benn is rising. Conor's hungrier, more disciplined, and more focused than ever. Smith believes the rematch isn't just about revenge, it's a passing of the torch. This will show who's still a lion and who's running on fumes. I think Eubank's heading into a storm he can't survive. Perhaps the most explosive commentary came from Nigel Benn himself. The legendary icon erupted with emotion, calling the first fight a rigged disgrace. He didn't hold back, branding Chris Eubank Jr. as a soulless media creation who exploited Conor's darkest moment. Nigel didn't just demand a rematch, he promised retribution. That wasn't a fight. That was an ambush. We want blood now. Nigel insisted that this time, his son will be locked in, focused, and absolutely feral. No more distractions, no more mistakes. Nigel's after the feet of sows. Nigel's after. This time Eubank gets exposed and broken. He painted the rematch as more than just a fight. It's a mission to restore family pride and erase public shame. And Eddie Hearn, never one to miss a headline, continued to fan the flames. He called the rematch an explosive war, with no excuses. The stakes are sky high, the animosity is personal, and according to Hearn, the sport is demanding answers, in blood, sweat, and broken bones. So who wins this war? Is it Chris Eubank Jr., the icy tactician who's already dismantled Benn once and promises to do it again?